Hello and welcome to Crusader Kings 2. I am Lord Forwind, here playing on the new Holy Fury DLC / expansion. So, what I've decided to do, despite running a poll that's semi to the contrary on my channel, to do a random new world with the Animal Kingdom setting, because that's a thing. So you can actually play as living animals rather than Glitterhoof, essentially. It's a spoof off that. So first off, we will note that the world has changed slightly. There are now pathways here, trade routes here. Some of the borders have been slightly improved around the world. And so we're here in the randomized world interface rather than the shattered world. Shattered world's fun. We're going to randomize it. So first thing we're going to do is make sure everyone in the world holds exactly one province. We are going to make sure there are no dukes, there are no kings, and there are very few, there are no emperors, because we're going to automatically have the empire based on the Holy Roman Empire. The Byzantine Empire show up. Apparently, actually, we'll allow a few dukes. That way, there are a couple merchant republics. We'll do that. Few dukes, not many. We'll allow for theocracies, random bloodlines, random artifacts, and we won't do pagans because we're going to have random religions anyhow. Cultures. So here, if you want to know how to play as an animal, Crusader Kings, you have the DLC. Here's what you do. Cultures, random, full random. Historical, random, full random. Historical, random, full random. Animal Kingdoms. Yeah, Easter egg. Just keep clicking over. Eventually you'll get cultures, animal kingdoms. So there will be horses, elephants, peacocks, hedgehogs, cats, dogs, dragons, etc. around the map. Essentially, it's just reskinned. Looks cool, though, so we're going to probably play as a cat, honestly. I like cats. We'll probably play as a cat. Might play as a dragon. We'll see. Religion is going to be random. Placement's random. Culture is going to be random. Actually, wait a second. There was a note here. What was this? What was that? And if you're using EU4 converter, the names will be the same. Oh, okay. Holding slots random, so that there won't necessarily be Constantinople with 7 building slots. Could be 1. We'll see. Holding types we'll have balanced right now. We could skew it towards tribal heavy, feudal heavy, or we apparently can't skew it to nomadic heavy, so we'll do balanced. Technology will be random around the world. De-jure Kingdom will be the default ones there. And it is now time to generate the world. So this might take a minute here. So enjoy the look of the old world as the new world slowly comes into being. So things are going to be very strange. It's going to be pretty close to a shattered world. Obviously, there will be a couple dukes. There will be the kingdoms, and hopefully there'll be a merchant republic or two. And we'll pick somebody somewhere with a good religion, and we'll continue from there. So, notice the world has changed significantly. There are 2 empires. Both of them, ironically, are in Europe. I had one where I was testing earlier. It ended up in India. Unfortunately, you will never see that file because I got killed by a bunch of heretics called the Mr. Bigglesworth heretics. Yes, there was a cat named Mr. Bigglesworth. I executed him. It spawned a heresy called the Mr. Bigglesworth heresy. The cat people rose up and overthrew my dynasty. It was awful. You'll never see it. Also, you'll note there are now mountain ranges here in Spain, which is cool. So we have the Dragian Empire, which I guess is the Byzantines, I would wager. Okay, I don't know for sure. It's hard to tell until you actually look it up. I don't think it actually gives you any specific culture ones, does it? No. So there's these guys there, and then there's the there's the dog empire of the Sancrosat Catalunian Empire, ruled and mostly populated by dogs and polar bears, interestingly enough. So clearly we're not going to play in one of those. This one seems to be largely human with a couple of dogs within it. So here's the counts. There are apparently no dukes there. No, oh, actually there are a handful of dukes, like right here. I suspect Merchant Republic. Yep. Merchant Republic. Any other Merchant Republics? Ooh, Scotra is one. That's cool. That's cool. They have to be on the water, which kind of limits it a bit. I think that's it. Unfortunately, there's not one in Malta, which would be a great place for it. So let's start to find where the cats in this world are located. So dogs, polar bears. Also, apparently, yeah, female bears are the old skin bear thing in the game. Scandinavia seems to be mostly human. By the way, you can intermarry between species, which is weird and kind of disturbing. Elephants are up here. Ducks, or is it? I think that's ducks. It's hard to tell sometimes. The ducks usually look a little bit different, but that might be the ducks in Eastern Russia. See, that's a baby duck. Got more horses. There's a lot of horses. Okay, we found cats. Looks like we might be playing in India then. That would be fun. I've never played in India. And there's hedgehogs. So the trade routes still exist. So there are some African ones. There are the standard Silk Road ones. And there is China to be taken into account. So we will pay attention to that. Here are all the different religions, which we will take a look at. So we have the Hittite Empire, the Hittite religion. Looks kind of similar to the Byzantines. The Orthodox. There we go. However, there is sacrificing, so a little bit of the. My mind is not working right now. A little bit of the Aztec gods. We have the Smilites. Very strict. Looks similar. I might edit this. So we'll take 5 whiskers of the 5 Whisker dynasty here in Magadha, and we're going to edit this religion. We'll customize it. So this is also a new feature. You have a nature, a doctrine, and a leadership. So you can change stuff. Actually, I can't change that. I can't. Oh, it's a pagan religion. Oh, that sucks. Ugh. Okay, so we're gonna have to do pagan stuff. However, we can change nature, which is kind of cool. Currently, we are unyielding, which means great holy wards are allowed, religions resistant to being converted, armies are stronger when defending. That'll be useful. The other option is we could do peaceful, less likely to start wars, plots, factions, gain piety while at peace. Looting is not allowed. Great holy wards are not allowed. That wouldn't be bad. That would make a much more stable empire. Warmongering. No option penalties for raised levies. That could be useful for long wars. However, we lose prestige at peace. Proselytizing. We encourage missionary work. Great holy wars are allowed. Rulers waging wars against members of their own faith lose piety. That also could be good. Dogmatic. High base moral authority. That would be solid. Great holy wars are allowed. Does not allow marriage with infidels. That's another one. This one actually might be pretty good. I think this is pretty much Catholic. This is more Protestant. Yeah, I'm just guessing. Cosmopolitan. Probably don't want this. You can intermarry with neighboring faiths. We really don't want that because of the low base moral authority and the lack of missionary stuff. I think we'll do... Let's see, what is actually... religion-wise. This is not a large religion, really, is it? So let's do proselytizing. I think that's how you say it. And we will convert the world. We also have different doctrines. Currently, we're animalistic. Units from countries following the true faith receive a land morale bonus. That's cool. Right of peerage upon reaching adulthood. Nice. Stability. Short range penalty is dismissed. Can spend piety to improve attributes. What else we got? We got divine marriage, close kin marriage is allowed. Nah. Polygamy. I You can have multiple wives. Not bad, actually, in the long run to maintain a whole empire. Meritocracy, heir designation is allowed. That could be good. Religious tax, okay. Monasticism, we don't really want that. We get 2 base learning, but that's about it. Syncretism or syncretism, sympathy with another faith by decision, probably not what we want. Does not really contribute to having a strong long-term religion. Horoscopy, I guess. Read signs to improve morale. That could be interesting. Astrology, zodiac traits. That could be cool. Then we've got Asnatic, Agnatic clans, equality, Enatic clans. So essentially all women, equal, all female, which would be interesting. I've never played as an all female one, but essentially there's no penalty. Daring, prepared invasions are allowed. That could be cool. Seabound, we don't really want that. Unrelenting, nor defensive attrition have increased offensive capacity. That could be good if we want to try and expand. Oh, bloodthirsty gods, we don't have that because we're not Aztec. We are peaceful, and ancestor veneration, we don't want that. I'm tempted to either take stability, which would be good. It would definitely allow for reduced short rain penalty, which is the moment when you're most unstable. Unrelenting could be good for offense. Daring would be awesome. Astrology, horoscopy would also be cool. I think I'm going to go with... I'm going to stay with stability, I think. Love land morale bonus. We're going to have no short rain penalty. Unfortunately, I can't change leadership because it can only change when reforming a religion. So we'll apply that. I think the rest of these, yeah, these are all already done. We'll go back and we will start this empire here. Let's just make sure we've picked the right person again. The reason I'm picking this specific person of all of them is because they hold a holy site. I don't know if it actually is on a trade route though. We'll find out. I don't remember. Yeah, okay. We have one other no, that's all the settings we have to do, I think. Yeah, okay. So let's try this. Okay, here we go. 5 Whiskers family, Chief Juni of Magadha. We have some features to turn on. We will allow a delayed random Mongol. No, we'll allow random Mongol invasion, I think. They do collapse eventually. We'll also do a random Aztec. They should still invade from their normal areas. We will allow Chinese invasions. We will generate families for us. There we go. Reduce risk of early game over. It's needed. It really is. We'll allow enclave independence. Disconnected land anywhere in the world. Essentially, I can own land anywhere in the world. We'll allow for the Great Turkish Conquerors. And we'll do random. Considering the world is pretty shattered, the more conquerors we have, the better. Absurd events is a thing. However, there's another interesting one that's in here, which is... Where is it? These are all good. These are all good. Here we go. We got Crusader states are allowed. Shepherd's Crusade, Fourth Crusade, Children's Crusade, Northern Crusade, Reconquesta. Child of Destiny is allowed. Pregnancy exists, which means female characters who are pregnant receive events, as do the husbands of them. Essentially, pregnancy cravings left and right, and also your temporary into regency, which shouldn't be a problem for us now, because that's not really an issue. We'll allow blood spatter on because it's not a big issue, so it shouldn't be too gory, and we'll allow for the potential to revive Hellenicism, or Hellenic face. So there is a chance I can do what the poll on my channel did verify. However, we are going to start this. It is Iron Man, so we can get achievements. And we'll see if the 5 Whiskers dynasty can go on to dominate the world, which would be rather cool. So obviously, the first thing to do is become a duke and try and reform our religion. So we'll see. So we're playing as a chief. So apparently we are a tribe. That's unfortunate. I don't know what the world looks like. We're very strict. People can fall apart. There's problems. However, it should be fairly stable. Let's look at what the governments look like. So massive tribal, nomadic, feudal, and Iqua. So actually pretty accurate to the normal world other than right through here and here. Nomads here, feudal. So this is going to be a very dangerous part of the world to be in. Obviously, there is our couple trading country areas. I thought there was one down here. Oh well. We'll see. There's at least 2 republics, so they'll do stuff. So luckily we're tribal, honestly, because it allows us, although we don't have as much money, it will, oh wow, we actually are on a trade post point. Perfect. It will allow us to grow larger faster because we can use the Unite Realm reasons for war, like ducal conquest, border dispute stuff. It will also allow us to build up our kingdom using prestige rather than other stuff. So first things first, we are going to do a market village, so we actually have some income coming in. We have a wife, Chiefess Tina, and we have a daughter who's apparently eligible to become heir. A noble Bomthangian chiefdom. Cool. Adnatic which is a nice start. And we are Somalite. We are Gaudian, which has no special flavors. So I don't know if we have any unique retinues yet. So, first things first, let's get going. Train troops, build legend, build zeal, study tech. Oh, this is interesting. Tech along the outside of that and then nowhere else in the world. That's cool. We're just going to perform statecraft. So we have a character focus. We are terrible at war, so we'll go for war. We have no combat skill. That's a problem. We'll auto-assign commanders. We will auto-stop all plots. We will pick an ambition, and the ambition is become king. Oh yes, I haven't showed you the kingdoms. So first off, duchies. So we are in a 4-person duchy, which is pretty good actually. Kingdoms. So we are right on the border of this one. So our goal is to conquer this region and found the Makarios. I have no idea how to say it. Or we can try and form the Moonreich Kingdom, which I'm tempted to do because it's easier to spell and say. Culture-wise, this is what the culture is. So large culture there, small one there, single province culture here, which is interesting. And there. Weird. We are in range of China, which is interesting. We could theoretically become a tributary. I don't know if we want to, though. We lose a lot of income. Probably not a good idea. So let's start planning our growth. We have 314 troops we can use. These guys have 200, and that's it. We don't have enough piety, though. We could do a tributary, and that's about it. Do we have to reform the religion? We don't. We do have the ability to have saints, which is awesome. We get a bonus 5% morale, and we start out with 32 moral authority. We can request excommunication, request a divorce, and request an invasion. And there is, in fact, a pope, which means we may, in fact, see... whatchamacallit. We may, in fact, see... we may in fact see crusades. Sorry, that's what I meant. We may in fact see crusades. So apparently the center of the religion is literally right where we are. This is their de jure lands, apparently, which is interesting. Okay, I don't know why that was showing up there. It's going to take a while to start. Hopefully we don't die. We might die. I died last time to Mr. Bigglesworth, the cat heretic. What does the dynasty like? Unix dislikes other cultures. Here's Mr. Bigglesworth. Die, you evil kitty heretic thing. We're gonna send him to head to the Chinese Empire, I guess. Why not? Religion-wise, we're good. We're gonna have to consolidate our power fairly rapidly. We have not a bad starting location. It's a potential trade post and everything. As long as we don't get attacked early on, we should be okay. We're in the middle of a tribal empire, so as soon as we can reform, that would be a good thing. But we don't want to reform too quickly. That has its own problems. News. So China's invading. Oh, these guys were raiding China. Nice. And they're going to be made into a tributary state. Which one were you? Who were you actually dumb enough to attack them? It's not entirely clear. I don't know if we can take any hostile actions to them, can we? We could raid them, but that's about it. Nah, we don't want to. We're not large enough to safely raid, especially if they're attacking. They are open. What are they? They are open and they are stable. Okay, pretty good. They're also human, which is interesting. There is a chance they can be non-human, I believe. Our wife just died instantly. Okay, we need another wife. We'll marry Lucky, because that's a thing. And we will take gold or prestige? Probably prestige. Nothing that impressive, but the better prestige is better. This guy, stupid idiot that he is now part of the Chinese tributary. Interesting enough, there is no Chinese protectorship or anything in the world currently. I think we may see that later on. This is a daughter. We don't like any of those. Ugh. Unfortunately, we did not start with a male heir. Luckily, we did start the ability to have non-male heirs, which is cool. There's a Protector General? Where is the Protector General? I didn't think the Protector General actually owned land. No, he doesn't. He just exists somewhere on the map. We are going to imprison this Baron who was robbing us blind. And we are probably going to execute him, or at least take money from him. 25 gold. Banish him, could execute him. We will ransom him, even though he stole from us. We don't want too much trouble from that. There we go. Plus it gives us a little bit more money. Also a good thing. Because we've got to get to level 4 stuff. Luckily we don't have a reforming religion, which is rather cool. So I'm happy about that. See, okay, so our wife is pregnant, so now we have cravings here. So we'll just give money so that she's happier. Also, I'll read the scripture. I forgot to do that. So the Smilite, there we go, Smilite. We'll go with Smilite. The Smilite culture is very strict with the Hierophants, constantly requiring followers to cite passages from the sagas. If a follower were to fail to cite 3 passages in a row, they are punished and deemed corrupted by the Mad Jester. Fortunately, the saga only contains 12 passages, spread over 4 pages, proving the mercy of the Ancient One once again. High God, Ancient One, Evil God, Name, the Mad Jester, Scripture, the Sagas. We have Autocephalous Patriarchs, a Pope can excommunicate, grant divorces, grant invasions. Priests can inherit titles, rulers can raid influential neighbors for loot. There's always a Pope. Reaching adulthood, we have a rite of passage, and we do not receive the short reign penalty. In case people were curious. That is where we are at. Unfortunately, I believe we require a very large amount of piety. Yeah, we either have to have wealth greater of 50 or piety of 100. Well, we do have wealth of 36, so we might get there eventually. Hopefully before this person gets an ally. Or not. Yes, they don't currently have an ally. Yes, we'll keep the wife happy. Unfortunately, we did lose a little bit more stuff. Can't help that much. Hellfort's going well. We're starting off. We'll probably stop fairly quickly at this. We'll go for a little while longer on the episode, and then we'll stop, because this is the first one. We now have a male heir who we can marry to... Doesn't seem to be any people of rank, so we'll keep him unmarried for the time being. And keep hoping that we actually get enough piety or prestige so that we can actually fight for other stuff. Under strict protections, heavily guarded. I'm sure he will manage. Also, let's check out societies. So we have the Pious Following, the Hermetics, or the Eater of Fate's Own. We will join the Pious Following, which is led by another Mr. Bigglesworth. What is with all the Mr. Bigglesworths in this game? They're kind of horrifying. We also do not have a bloodline, and we do not have a treasury. If you're curious about the bloodlines, let's jump over here to this empire that's currently involved in multiple civil wars. And they do have a bloodline. Combat skill, prestige, opinion, essential starting stuff. And they have the Imperial Diadem. So yeah, we're going to try and create a bloodline. I don't really know exactly how to do it. It's going to be mainly luck. Hopefully we get there. Hopefully our ruler actually becomes a half-decent general rather than a slothful, erudite, deceitful, gregarious heir who's an indulgent wastrel. Cool. We're going to make the wife rest till she feels better. She's a sign of power. Try to clear the fate of warmongering spirits. What was our guy? What did he get? Just warrior, nothing else. Okay, he's apparently gotten some personal combat skill, which is cool. Do we have any rivals? We don't have any rivals. We don't have any lovers. We don't have really any enemies. Awesome. We got another son, though. Thomas 5 Whiskers. So apparently our cat only has 5 whiskers total. Or else that's just their random name. We'll see. We also have another mechanic here. We have sway, antagonize, or just plot against them. We will be just. So not go unpunished. We get apparently, since we're part of the Pious Following, we also have the chance to give learning to our children, which is cool. We're also going to try and make our wife, who's also the spy master of the kingdom, better friends with us, because that's always a good thing. Form an alliance. Our mother-in-law wants an alliance. Okay. Is that enough to allow me to attack anybody yet? Also, do we have enough troops to attack anybody? We're pretty pathetic in terms of a military. So our ally is south. So any war we fight, we'd pretty much be fighting on our own, which is actually good. We don't really want too many allies. We'll make this guy who was rebellious against us join the council. Fabricated claim. He's probably going to get himself killed because he's incompetent, but not really going to shed any tears over his death if he dies. And now we wait for either building legend, making money, or something else to happen. The Silk Road does give us a slight bonus to income, which is cool. Apparently we are going to be forced to donate to charity. I don't know if we can afford to. Yeah, we don't have 100 gold. Let's fail the mission or remove active mission. There we go. By being part of the Pious Following, we have a reduced chance of fertility, increased piety. Essentially, it functions as the normal. The pretty normal one of the religious groups for Catholicism. Nothing to be surprised about. Apparently, we also didn't get the trait of being just, which is a shame. Our wife, though, inherited a chiefdom? Yes, the wife has in fact inherited a chiefdom. Which is actually good, because now it means that our main heir will get two lands without me even having to be involved. Is the wife pregnant again? Is that why she can't serve? Oh no, because she's actually a ruler now. There we go. That was lucky that they started her off as an heir. I didn't even notice that. Cool. Let's get some more troops on the field. War camp, 40 light infantry. Nothing amazing, but every little bit helps at the beginning. So actually that will be where we stop. We'll stop here. We're after a good start. We've got a potential second province coming in through a marriage / inheritance. And we've got a good religion. Slightly reformed it, but mostly it was pretty normal. We've got a slightly unpleasant location to have to fight from, but we should be able to expand religiously. Kingdom's not bad. Duchy's reasonable size. Surrounded by tribal people, so we should be good. So that's it for me. Thank you guys all for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. I'll see you guys all another time. Hopefully once I fix the audio in the game a little bit. So bye for now.